So if you guys watched my last video where I reviewed a great budget gaming monitor that's 1440p, you would know that the biggest complaint about this monitor is the stand. Even though I personally am fine with the stand, the range of motion is very limited and the stand can seem a bit short. I know I said I was fine with the stand, but okay, people change. So to fix that problem, I have with me here today the HNSS7 by, I don't want to butcher that. This is a gas spring monitor arm that only holds a single monitor. Even though I have two monitors, I'm gonna buy two separate single monitor arms instead of a single dual monitor arm. This is because if your desk is against the wall, which is me, a lot of people complain that you actually can't get the two monitors to sit flush against each other since the dual arms will poke into the wall. The HNSS7 comes in at $60 Canadian, but there is a $10 off coupon or $50 US with also a $10 off coupon. It says that it can hold monitors from 6.6 to 26.4 pounds. Anything less than 6.6 pounds will make the monitor arm float away. It can fit 22 to 35 inch screens and it is VESA compatible with 75 by 75 and 100 by 100 millimeters. Here are the swivel, rotation, and tilt angles, and there is cable management included in the arm. You can attach the arm via C-clamp or grommet mounting. It also has a USB port, which I think is pretty unique. I don't know what I'm going to be using it for. Maybe charge my phone or something. I don't know. So a factor as to why I bought this specific monitor arm is that it apparently can extend farther than your old regular schmegular monitor arm. And this is important to me as I plan on using this arm so that I can swing my monitor out like this so that I can watch it in bed. Alright, enough of the boring stuff. It's time to unbox. That was a pretty cool shot, right? So prior to when I was buying this monitor arm, I couldn't find this information anywhere. I was trying to look for the diameter of the actual clamp itself. You can see right here that looks like about 1 inch and 3/4. So if you guys were curious, now you know. So a unique problem that I have is that you can see right here, I have this metal bracket underneath my table that actually prevents the entire clamp getting a good grasp onto the table. Now this is problematic for, these reasons that are listed right here. So I'm going to be putting a block of wood to hopefully fix that problem. But actually, regardless of this metal bracket that's in the way, I was going to put a block of wood anyways since my desk is a little bit too thin. The recommended thickness for this monitor arm is between 0.78 to 3.54 inches. So I'm going to go for a nice sweet spot and try to get my desk to about 1.5 inches thick, which means that now I need to go get a block of wood. Perfect. So here I'm just kind of showing you guys how I put it together. The whole process took me about 15-20 minutes. It was pretty straightforward and the manual is super helpful. So here I'm just trying to show you guys what the final product is going to look like with the block of wood and the stand all built together. So now that I've got the arm in place, it's time to just assemble the rest of the arm. So what I'm doing right here is that I'm just using the Allen key that is supplied to adjust the sensitivity of the arm. Same deal as before, using the Allen key again to adjust the sensitivity for this part of the arm. Same deal again here, you're just using the Allen key to adjust how strong the gas spring is. Now I didn't get on video, but there's another spot for the Allen key where you can adjust the tilt of the monitor. Here I'm just doing the cable management. You just unscrew this piece of plastic right there and you put the 2 cables in there and then screw it back in. Forgot to film me doing it, but there is another piece of plastic right here where you just do the exact same thing. And just like that, you're basically done. I'm just showing you guys right here the capabilities of the monitor, and according to ergonomics, you should have the top bezel of the monitor line up with your forehead. And for the moment of truth, remember in the beginning of the video I said that, and this is important to me as I plan on using this arm so that I can swing my monitor out like this so that I can watch it in bed. So it's time to see if it can actually do just that. Perfect! So here you can see a before and after between the 2 monitor stands, and as you can see, it's way cleaner, but more importantly, way more functional. So here's a funny story about this last shot right here. I took this with the intention of it being the outro shot. My video was supposed to end right here, but I kept looking at this shot and I was thinking to myself that I'm not really happy with how my setup looks. So I was staring at it and I realized it was because of this stupid little monitor on the left. So I did what I had to do. I bought a brand new monitor with a brand new stand.
1 week later.
So I know that was a little bit off topic from the title of the video, so let's get back on track. I've had the HNSS7 for about 2 weeks now, and it is just as sturdy as when I first put it in. The all metal design made it a lot heavier than I expected, which is a good thing because heavier means better quality, right? Even though I don't personally use the USB port, I do think that is a nice touch. There's not too much to say about it. I mean, it does exactly what it was supposed to do. It holds the monitor, it extends, it rotates, it swivels, it does exactly as advertised, so not a lot to say. I mean, I was happy enough with it to buy a second one, so. At $60 Canadian, this is a lot cheaper than those high-end $100, $200 arms, but it is a little bit more expensive than the cheaper $30 options. When you compare it to something like this, which is 40 bucks, it is definitely worth that extra $20. I only really have one complaint with this monitor arm, and it is that the tilt is not as sturdy as I would like it to be. You can see in this video that even with all the screws tightened, it's still a little bit loose right here. Not a big deal though, because it is only going to move if you're trying to move it. This is just me being picky. One thing I do want to point out is that you cannot use this arm backwards. I didn't read this part of the manual and I tried to use it backwards and the whole thing almost lifted off my table and like crashed the whole thing. So overall, would I recommend this monitor arm? And yeah, definitely. Again, there's not much to say. It's just a monitor arm. It does what it's supposed to do. For $60, it's on the expensive side, but like I said, it's only more expensive by $10, $20, so the difference is very minimal. Now, onto the discussion if whether monitor arms in general are worth it or not. And right off the bat, I can already say 1000%. This purchase probably made the biggest difference to my setup, and that is just on aesthetics alone. In terms of practicality, I never realized how much I used to round my neck to look down at my monitor. Now I can sit straight and look forward with correct posture. I think this comic perfectly illustrates what I'm trying to say. But if you don't care about ergonomics, the ability to turn your monitor in any direction is still super useful. So all in all, it is definitely worth it. I paid $100 for 2 of mine, but if you're on a budget, you can just buy one for as cheap as 30 bucks, and that is a small investment for such a massive improvement. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you're interested in this monitor arm, there will be some links in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.